High-speed straights, heady elevation changes and dramatic corners. What is there not to love about today? It's qualifying day here at Spa-Francorchamps.
Okay, give me a quick radio check, please. Radio check.
Radio check.
Here's a quick position rundown for you. The top 5 are, okay, so the current fastest lap, 1 minute 42.0. Antonelli, Piastri, Schumacher, Russell and Gasly. We've been pushed down to P22. Here are the top 5 cars as things stand. The fastest lap at the moment, 1:42.0. Antonelli, Piastri, Schumacher, Russell and Gasly.
And that's it for sprint qualifying. Plenty more coming up over the rest of the weekend. So we'll see you all tomorrow. Forget pit stops, forget fuel management. It's pedal to the metal all the way here as we get ready for today's sprint. Spa-Francorchamps today, a circuit that spans 4.35 miles. There are tons of elevation changes along the way too. 19 corners making up this circuit, with 9 of those to the right and the remaining 10 to the left. This track's a great one for fans of pure speed, and the average lap speed comes close to a whopping 145 miles per hour. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting sprint. Andrea Kimi Antonelli lines up on pole position, and Oscar Piastri completes the front row. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Michael Schumacher, Russell, Pierre Gasly and Senna, Ocon, Behrman, Villeneuve and Mika Hakkinen, Hamilton, Verstappen, Franco Colapinto and Tsunoda, Soloff, Bortoletto, Pepe Marti and Zach O'Sullivan, Maloney, Tramnitz, Aaron and Jack Doohan rounds off the grid. Which of these drivers will get pole position today? We'll soon find out. And alongside me today is a man who needs no introduction, but I'll try anyway. It's Ant Davidson. Well, they say that a change is as good as a rest, and whilst there's not much rest on show in the sprint format today, there's definitely a change to what we're usually seeing on the track. I know what we've got to do before the start of today's race, but what about our driver? What do the final hours look like for them?
Well, for them, you've got your pre-race rituals that you go through. You see different drivers that, some have got their headphones on, they're listening to the music. Some drivers really absorb the energy from the crowd and they're there waving to them. Other drivers, they go within themselves. They chat to their engineers, absorbing that information, that vital information that you need to carry you through the race. And, those pre-race rituals are essential to making things systematic. We do a lot of Grand Prix in a season, and the more systematic you can be, the easier you are within that environment.
All right, let's have a quick radio check, please. Radio check.
Radio check.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down. Yes, and that's a podium. Excellent drive. The whole team have worked especially hard this weekend, and that, my friend, is a fantastic reward. Well done.
Awesome job, guys. Apologies for that mistake earlier on, but we live and we learn. On to the next one.
Well, that's an end to the sprint action. Next up, we'll set the grid for the Grand Prix. So we'll see you next time. High-speed straights, heady elevation changes and dramatic corners. What is there not to love about today? It's qualifying day here at Spa-Francorchamps.
Okay, radio check, radio check.
Radio check.
We've dropped to P22, P22. Here's a quick position rundown for you. The top 5 are, okay, so the current fastest lap, 1 minute 41.6. Schumacher, Verstappen, Antonelli, Gasly and Senna.
Jump. Section, guys. Stuff out there.
Welcome to this visit to the Ardennes countryside. Spa-Francorchamps hosted its first Grand Prix back in 1925, and this historic track is loved by drivers and fans alike. And us here in the commentary box too. So it's a warm welcome from the Belgian Grand Prix. So here we are once again, ready to go racing through the Ardennes forest. 4.35 miles of long straights, fast corners and massive elevation changes. It makes this not only one of the most exciting circuits on the calendar, but one that makes for some consistently high quality racing as well. Simply put it, there's no place quite like it. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Michael Schumacher lines up on pole position, and Andrea Kimi Antonelli completes the front row. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Verstappen, Russell, and Sir Lewis Hamilton, and Gasly, Senna, Ocon, Piastri, and Ollie Behrman, Tsunoda, Hakkinen, Zane Maloney, and Tramnitz, Aaron, Villeneuve, Pepe Marti, and Nicolas Soloff, Doohan, Bortoletto, O'Sullivan, and Franco Colapinto rounds off the grid. That's it then, it's time to go racing as we head down trackside for today's race. And striding into our commentary box to join us today, the man, the myth, the legend, Anthony Davidson. Now, you're the racing driver in this partnership, so tell us about this racing driver. Put us in their shoes. How are they going to be feeling?
Well, you've got to be prepared, Crofty. Before you even step foot inside the car, you've got to know, you've got to have a pre-race game plan. You've watched videos before you get into the car of previous races gone by. You know where you have to place your car if X, Y, or Z happens.
All right, give me a quick radio check, please. Radio check.
Radio check.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down. Okay, good parking there, mate. Now we need to make sure we get a great launch as the race starts. Okay, so that's the rest of the grid forming up now. Be patient and watch for those lights. Bodywork's taken a few scrapes, try not to make it any... Okay, DRS is now available. The side pods have taken damage. You might start to pick up a little bit extra drag. Okay, be very careful, the floor's incurred massive damage. Okay, some information on Bortoletto. Okay, it looks like the problem's terminal. They're retiring the car. Laps of fuel left, 14 laps. Box, we're coming in this lap.
Okay, mate, okay.
Box now, please. Box this lap. Understood. Stopping this lap. Okay, we can take you this lap. Seeing dangerously high levels of wear now. Please look after them or consider boxing for a fresh set. Understood. Copy that. Okay, we had an issue attaching the left rear wheel. I know it's not ideal, but let's try and put that behind us now and get back into this race. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Let's go. Okay, we've got 12 laps of fuel remaining. Pierre is in the pits. Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 7.9 seconds. Tyre condition still looking good. The car ahead of you's just fitted the hard tyres. Car ahead now on the hard compound. Good work, we're in P4. The distance to the leader, 11.4 seconds. And that's Schumacher ahead. Okay, the gap is less than a second. Okay, they're on fresh hards. Okay, Tramnitz behind. They're on old mediums. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. Gap to your teammate behind, 8.3 seconds. Okay, we're down to our last 10 laps of fuel. Use your overtake button more. It's time to utilise some of this energy. Come on. Okay, we've been given a time penalty. It will go against our finishing time at the end of the race. Get your head down and let's get it done. Okay, mate, final lap. Keep your concentration and let's bring it home. Oh, you worked hard for that one. Congratulations, well done.
Mega job, guys. Mega job. Thank you so much for everyone back at the factory continuing to push. This is the real showing of all your hard work, so thank you.
And as we've said so many times in the past, the checkered flag is out for our winner, Lewis Hamilton.
They had to be decisive with their overtaking today as they worked their way through the field. And those kind of race victories are so enjoyable because it's not just like winning from the front. They really had to work for it today.
From lights out to the checkered flag, each and every driver has this moment in the back of their mind. Now it's time for their celebrations. Our podium, it awaits. It's a familiar sight in Formula One, and here it is once again. Lewis Hamilton with the trophy held high, celebrating a masterful victory. Well, that was certainly an exciting weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us for more exciting Formula One action very soon.
Sorry to disturb. Need you for a moment, please, boss?
Hey, Chief. We've got multiple parts out of research. Don't forget to develop them. We've got performance sitting on the table that we could be getting into the car.